Hello, Collective. Welcome into your reading. We are going to do something different today. I'm just burning a little bit of sage here. This all completely goes along with the message. I've been receiving the message today that manifestation has to do more with clearing your energy, clearing away negative experiences, traumas, problems, and opening the door, opening the space to receive. Because we've already placed into the stars so many wishes and dreams that we want to manifest. And it's more about clearing out the blockages. So today we are going to use this scrying bowl. Pardon me while I move the mic just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud. And I've broken up just a little bit of sage into the bowl. And I've also used 5 drops. 5 seem to be the number. 5 drops of sage essential oil. And also, interestingly enough, when I sat down here to start doing this, it was 5:25 p.m. So I feel like there's a lot of changes that can happen concerning our decisions with that too. A lot of changes coming about, and it starts with this cleansing and clearing our energy. Now, to know that this is your reading, let's get a few cards before we start scrying in the water and using the sage in the water for a message. I've never done this before, and it just feels really fun. When I picked up the bowl, it had been sitting there for a while, and they had all of these pieces had formed into what appeared to be a flower. So I feel like that is definitely part of the message, especially for the manifestation. You're wanting to bloom. So for the people watching, how do they know this is their message? Let's call in spirit. Be a little bit of a loud noise here. Let the wind chime. Calling in spirit. What do you want the collective to know about this clearing energy for their manifestation? What is the message? Okay, we have 8 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Wow. Communication about your power. This feels like your power to manifest. So this is information coming in. It feels that you might be receiving. Let's see, can you see those? You might be receiving. Try to move this a little bit so you can also see the cards. Receiving information about your powers, receiving information about skills that you have that it feels like you haven't quite made the connection that these are skills that empower you or empower the manifestation in your life. What else do you want the collective to know? What else? What other information? I keep stuttering as I'm talking. I feel like that's part of the message here. Like, it's almost like a disbelief. Like, I didn't even know I could do that. Kind of an energy. Yeah, the Emperor is coming out reversed. And that's like you not even recognizing your own strength. But something's changing. There's a change happening. Feels like you might be receiving messages at night or in your dream state. Feels like there might be a particular guide wanting to reach you. Now, the Venusian energy has been really strong for me today. That possibly could be who's attempting to communicate this for greater manifestation for yourself. But let's just tap in here with these cards and see if there's someone who wants to come out, someone attempting to contact you. Gaia. Wow. The ultimate mother. Gaia is communicating to us about our own powers. I don't know if did I even show that card? Gaia, Earth Goddess, Ultimate Mother, and emerged from chaos. Well, and 525, that's a lot of change. Fives can be very chaotic. Gaia is speaking to us right now about our own powers, how we can tap into Gaia. If she's the ultimate mother and using chaos to create something new, then that's telling us that we can tap into that energy and do the same. What do we have here? Eros, carnal love, procreation, power of love, and emerged from chaos. 2 cards. Emerged from chaos. So you might be working with the energy of Gaia, perhaps doing meditations. Feels like this is definitely a time to be grounding, ensuring that we are grounding into Gaia energy because of chaos, which a lot has gone on this week, especially with weather, earthquakes, the tsunami. A lot of this has gone on. So I feel like they're asking us to focus on what it is we want to create from all this chaos. Can we get a little bit more information here? We have the 4 of Wands. Some kind of a contract. This actually, I'm picking up on this is your energy as your body. Grounded, celebrating your body, a sacred space. What else? Something else flipped here. King of Swords. A truth about your body, those hidden powers. It doesn't feel as much hidden, like secretive. It's just perhaps we've not been in a space to be aware of them until now. It feels like something had to happen for us to become aware of this. What else do you want us to know? Justice, balance. So balancing out our own energies, getting grounded. Creating something wonderful and balanced out of the chaos. So transmuting that energy, alchemizing it into something positive. All right, and we have the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. This feels like protecting your creation. So you didn't realize how powerful you are, and you're coming into the truth of that and using it to create balance and justice in your 3D experience. Okay, we have Two of Cups on the bottom. Two of Cups. You're coming into alignment. Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles. 22. You might be seeing 22. Okay. Let's get into this message. All right, angels, guides, ascended masters. What do you want to show us here? What is a message? So instead of tea leaves, we have sage leaves. I'm seeing a child kind of jumping for joy, playful, and then sitting down and resting. Mushrooms. This reminds me of like being in the woods playing around, maybe mushroom hunting. Someone's coming in with a gift. I see this as the head, the arms, and it's like they're walking, they're coming forward. Feels like they're holding something. I am getting a shrimp here. So sea creature. Could be scavenger. Also, this energy is shifting into a it feels like an Indian headdress with feathers off to one side. I am picking up on a cat, possibly a black cat, but a cat with a very big head, kind of caricature-like, so full of wisdom, full of knowledge. Oh, we do have the Queen of Wands here. And can you see those cards? I can't see very well from this angle. She is holding the cat here. So very intuitive. And vocalizing this. What else? What else for the collective? A sailboat. You might be moving. I'm seeing a gnome. It's the backside of a gnome. Maybe that's significant for someone. Kind of getting the image that as you look out the window, perhaps you see the back of a gnome that you have in your garden. I'm picking up that you have a very attractive energy right now. Just as I see these all formed together here, and I see the water just moving slightly. It's ever so slight, like it's going towards this, almost like a magnetizing something. Your gifts. Going back to that cat image, I also mentioned of communicating something. And I feel like as you're learning about these gifts, you're communicating your gifts to others. Something about this energy. This feels like in the last, especially week, is what I'm picking up. Something happened that caused these gifts to be stronger and that you communicate them more. What else here? What other message for the collective? With the sage, what about releasing? Angels might be really important for you. You might be working with angels right now. This appears to be wings on the back of an angel here. All of a sudden, I'm picking up on the energy of a moth, a dead moth, actually. Maybe you've just found one of those recently. Here I'm seeing a lighthouse. So you are starting to illuminate from within. I just heard these magical powers. So maybe it feels like magic to you. Oh, a rooster. A very fancy, I can't remember what those are called, but I'm seeing a rooster here, very fancy. So elegant, something in your life is just becoming more beautiful, more fancy. Maybe you're just feeling that energy and wanting to show that more into the world. It feels abundant. What else for the collective? What else? Again, going back to American Indian, this feels like a teepee. Perhaps you've been packing up and moving a lot, or are about to move into a new era. And that's why the release is so important. When you think about the American Indian, they didn't pack a lot. They lived a very simple life. They lived off the land. They worked with the land. Very Gaia strong energy. And because there was travel and movement, and these could be packed up easily and moved. So I feel like that's a message for us, that the lighter our load, the easier to move. And this feels like just throughout the world and navigating life as well as physical movement, new location. What else about this release? Anything else? I'm seeing a bow tie. What about this bow tie? What is the message about a bow tie? Again, that goes back to that fancier, that like the rooster, elegance. Simple elegance is what I just heard. Like a man can have a really great tuxedo, and maybe just have different shirts and wear that many times over and still look very elegant, very put together, very well dressed. However, it is simplistic. It's just a matter of changing out shirts, or possibly the color of tie. Something about simple elegance is standing out. I'm seeing a heart. And I'm noticing all these little tiny bits and pieces off of it. Is this attraction or releasing? I almost feel like this is attraction. Also picking up on a flower. A fresh picked flower. Definitely forming a full straight line here. Many pieces collecting together to form a line. There's some sort of a thread here. What do you want the collective to know about this thread? What is this about? Is this a thread of energy? What is this? What is this thread? What do you want the collective to know? I just heard cabbage. Maybe you have a garden. You're planting things in a line. Cabbage. That's interesting. What's the significance of cabbage? Cabbage Patch dolls. Perhaps. And what was interesting about those is that each one is unique, right? So maybe something about that of breaking out of this, releasing that energy of having to be just like everybody else and owning your own uniqueness, like that rooster, that decorated rooster. That what you once thought was an issue or a problem or something that other people perceive to be a problem, now you're seeing it as a gift. Oh my goodness. This is Goddess Isis right here, giving a gift. Goddess Isis. Maybe you've been working with her. She's also that symbolism of the ultimate mother. And she's giving a gift. What is the gift? What is this gift from Goddess Isis? What do you want the collective to know? Again, this feels like another boat, almost like a big ship. I want to say pirate ship, but it doesn't feel evil or that someone is trying to steal something. It feels like your ship's coming in energy. What else? I'm seeing a dog, a Scotty dog. Loyalty. Again, Scotty dog is a black dog, which before I mentioned black cat. So that has to do with the spirit of something, the spirit that you're embodying now is a dark energy. It's the release of a dark energy that's helping you manifest. I'm seeing a tomahawk, a guitar, the letter Y, what else? Anything else about this in particular, about a gift? I see a rabbit, a witch on a broom. I'm kind of feeling like a turtle dog. I've never heard such a thing. But as I saw an image, what I heard was turtle dove. It looked like a dog. A turtle dog. What would that symbolize? Turtles with the shell on their back. And then dog with loyalty. Maybe you've been loyal to an energy that moves a lot. And there was that energy thread coming through of the American Indians and that having to move a lot. The letter V. Again, there's someone here giving something. It almost seems like giving flowers. This is a cloaked individual. It feels feminine. It feels young. I'm getting the image in my mind's eye of the Six of Cups, like a young child, a feminine offering something to someone. Perhaps generosity has been something that's been coming up for you, communicating your generosity as a gift. Okay. I want to do one last thing. I want to use a candle and see if we can get any more information here from this message. Leaves. This looks like it's a particular leaf. I want to say a violet, the leaf on violets. Something about an eye, red eyes. Perhaps you have a pet that has red eyes. I know my kids used to babysit over the summer a guinea pig that had red eyes. Her name was Ruby. Maybe rubies are important for you. I'm seeing a jack-o'-lantern. This definitely feels like taking darker energies and creating something new with it. This jack-o'-lantern, I see it turning into a clown, and then I see it turning into a star. They're showing me the image of Carl's Jr. symbolism. What else about releasing? I'm seeing an eagle again. Appears like the head forming and then the wings opened up. What else about releasing? Something about an old pitcher, like that you would take to the river to collect water. It feels like something valuable. Oh, hold on, please. Unexpected knock at the door. Okay, sorry about that. My neighbor had to pick up a package for me while I was gone, and he just brought it over. So maybe that package represents these gifts. You have some kind of a new package coming. I'm getting the image of a candle here. Not sure how this is showing up because I can't really see. Seeing a candle, and then I'm also picking up on a crown. Like this is the top of the crown. An angel again. Seeing an angel. Almost feels like you're earning your wings for something. Perhaps you're earning your wings in how you remain emotionally calm and being able to release or transform what this emerged from chaos, earned your wings of alchemy. Anything else here? I'm seeing an older woman. This is a grandmother figure, wearing her hair up in a bun. I feel like this is for someone. They're a spirit guide, a past loved one that is guiding them. So, what can you tell us about these gifts? What's going to be done with these gifts? Oh, definitely seeing the image of a woman, a young woman. She's guiding this young woman. What is the message from this grandmother? What do you want this young woman to know? Very loving, very caring. It's like head to head energy. You just feel wrapped in warmth when you're around this grandmother. Just feels more than anything that she wants you to know that she's there loving you, guiding you. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to be okay. These changes may feel really challenging. And that song, every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. All right, anything else here? I feel like the energy is closing out. All right. Well, that is it for this reading today. I hope this was helpful. If you found this fun or enjoyable, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you enjoy this kind of content. We can keep doing something like this. I enjoyed working with the sage leaves like that. That was kind of fun for me as well. So I hope this helps, and share this message with anyone that you feel could benefit from it. And until next time, lead with love.